In American history, presidential cabinets are usually made up of leaders in their respective fields, veterans at Capitol Hill, giants in industry, or experts in the departments that they would lead. Lincoln famously assembled people from across the political spectrum, including fierce one-time opponents, as he tried to navigate a way to unite the country. The group would come to be known as a team of rivals. A century later, the cabinets of Kennedy and Johnson would have intellectual giants and elected legends in what would be labeled as the best and the brightest. Now, by no means does history judge these collectives as flawless, but the aspiration of putting the greatest minds and voices that presented opposing viewpoints in the same cabinet is something we, the people, should hope every White House embraces. So let's consider the current brain trust, which regularly resembles a clown car. In recent weeks, we have seen an exodus of cabinet secretaries being shown the door, and those ladies should expect to have some gentlemen joining them sooner than later. Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, seemed to embrace the Barbie Ice nickname and certainly spent our tax dollars accordingly. Now, while the country was overwhelmingly outraged when a middle-aged mom was gunned down in her minivan by ICE agents in Minnesota, Noem, half a country away, without any background or evidence, said that Renee Good essentially had it coming.
It was an act of domestic terrorism. What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him. And my understanding is that she was hit and is deceased.
That, of course, didn't age well, nor did other extreme incidents involving an unregulated ICE. But what actually got her canned wasn't her extramarital affair with an advisor or repeated incompetence. It was Trump taking issue with her political ambitions that not only included personal private jets and a $220 million ad campaign, all funded with tax dollars. Trump seemingly didn't mind the graft as much as he minded her self-promotion instead of promoting him. Pam Bondi soon followed Noem. As a reminder, she was not Trump's first choice for Attorney General. Matt Gaetz, that's right, the creepy perv who was forced from Congress for trafficking minor girls, the champion of the Stop the Steal movement, was only tabled, when even a Republican Senate made it clear he was not confirmable. So with him out, Pam Bondi got the nod, despite an obviously light resume. In an effort to curry favor with the boss and dispense with even the pretense of an independent Justice Department, she promised that not only would she pursue prosecutions in the Epstein case, but she'd already gone through the files.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
Now, whether she invented that or not, it didn't age well with the Donald. But an equal sin in Trump land, apparently, was despite not having any evidence, she still attempted to prosecute Trump's political rivals, and those prosecutions went nowhere. Even embarrassing herself before Congress for the president couldn't save her job.
You showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to answer the
theatrics are
question the
ridiculous.
way I asked it.
Chairman Jordan, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people, but I'm going to answer the question. This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the clock. Stop the clock.
The legislation. This is
I'd like to reclaim my time.
Loyalty clearly is a one-way street when it comes to Trump. Another cabinet member was also dismissed this week. Lori Chavez de Remer, the recent labor secretary, was not only unqualified, she was similarly not uncomfortable when it came to focusing on things other than her job. She too was having an alleged extramarital affair with a staffer, while her husband was twice captured on video sexually harassing young women at the agency she led. And for good measure, the secretary is accused of drinking during the workday and using department resources for personal trips. Now, stunningly, I can make a strong argument that these women are far from the worst offenders. Our friend Kash Patel, the FBI director, who was regarded by then Attorney General Bill Barr from the first Trump administration as completely unqualified, well, he somehow got the nod to run the very same critical agency despite an abundance of red flags on a party line vote at confirmation. An avowed conspiracist who supported the insurrection of January 6th and is a proud election denier, he made it clear he saw his job as prosecuting enemies of the president first and foremost. In the past year, he's consistently embarrassed the Bureau. Beyond jumping the gun in ongoing investigations with faulty public declarations and reportedly causing massive dysfunction within the department when he isn't MIA, he's also bringing disgrace to the FBI. A recent piece in The Atlantic details excessive drinking, erratic conduct, and unexplained absences. Again, this is our FBI director. He, like many of his colleagues in this cabinet, it seems, believes that a government job equals an unlimited personal expense account with our tax money. He used private jets to visit the girlfriend and other personal trips, as well as assigning that same girlfriend a government security detail. Oh, and don't forget, despite major national security threats domestically, our friend Kash Patel decided to head off to Europe to take in the Olympics. But as FBI director, he made himself part of the celebration. There's more. I could spend an entire show detailing why Pete Hegseth is not only the worst defense secretary in our history, but he's also a walking embarrassment. The former Fox News weekend host not only had no experience, let alone success, running any organization of any kind, but his personal indiscretions in his history would have disqualified him from most government jobs, let alone running the largest department in our entire government. Along with a worldview that alternates between demeaning the value of women, insulting entire faiths, marginalizing the accomplishments of military leaders of color, and believing the war crimes are to be celebrated, he has also proven to be consistently idiotic. With Signalgate, he compromised national security. He's created mass dysfunction at the Pentagon, with beloved leaders being terminated during wartime because of Hegseth's insecurity. He's held up promotions for female officers and black officers without any rational explanation, and he's insulted our allies and the very idea of international law. Every day it seems that Pete seems to be auditioning for a role in Rocky instead of projecting seriousness.
They are toast, and they know it. Combat ineffective, decimated, destroyed, defeated, pick your adjective. America is winning, decisively, devastatingly, and without mercy.
But along with Patel and Hegseth, there is real competition for the most embarrassing secretary. And with that, I bring you RFK Jr. The idea that a man who is neither a doctor nor a scientist, whose nearly entire family has all but disowned him, is the most powerful voice in our nation's health is utterly insane. The HHS secretary, who lied under oath when he denied he would leave our vaccine protocols in place, he's managed to somehow bring measles back and create baseless disbelief in established science. He's gutted the NIH and CDC, and he has crippled the very agencies we will rely on when, God forbid, the next pandemic comes. Think about this Secretary of Health and Human Services is the central figure in stories involving, and here goes, transporting a dead bear cub to Central Park, talking openly of having worms in his brain, decapitating a whale head and strapping it to his minivan, cutting off the penis of a dead raccoon to examine later. And for good measure, he also decided that posting this video with Kid Rock would not threaten the nation's mental health. Tragically, I could go on, but suffice to say, especially with a president who famously doesn't believe in reading or does any daily policy prep, to be surrounded with this rogues gallery of lightweights, crooks, and kooks is such a disservice to America. More secretaries will soon see the door, and I have no reason to believe that their replacements will be any less dumbfounding. My friends, you cannot make this stuff up.